Hey, you guys, I hope that you're having an amazing day. I wanted to come on and kind of share with you guys something that has been working for me. And that is my follow up system. So, one of the things that I have really struggled with in the last couple of years is keeping track with the people that I have and haven't followed up with. Okay, I've had a lot of people, I admittedly so fall through the cracks. And in June, I was like, I've had enough. I need to figure out a better way. There has to be something better. So, a few years ago, back when I first started, I used to be a binder person. I had the binder with the folders, and I would take the order forms and move them from one folder to the next. And it worked for me at that time. But when we started moving everything online in 2020, I was struggling with trying to find something that worked for me. Okay. Because like anytime I would get an online order, I would forget to fill out like a handwritten order form, or and then mail it out and it was just so much. I would fall so far behind. I would procrastinate it, and I was like, there has to be a better way. So, we do have to send receipts to everybody that orders with us. But when they order online, Sensei sends them the receipt. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll print these out. That didn't work either because I would forget to print them out. And then at one point I was like, this is a huge waste of paper because all I'm doing is printing them out to just move them through a folder system. And so I just stopped. And then I tried making an Excel spreadsheet and printing that out in handwriting. Again, it's the writing out that was getting in my way. I am usually a paper pencil girl, but in this case, no, it wasn't working. So I was like, there has to be a better way. So I started watching some videos and trying to figure out how other people were tracking their follow up. And I I didn't, I tried some other ones and I didn't find again anything that was really working for me. Some things were very complicated. Some things didn't have enough information for me. So what I did was I kind of watched a few videos, compiled a few ideas together, revamped them, and found what worked for me. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. Now, before I share with you what has been working with me or for me, what I will say is that it's really important that you find something that works for you, whether it's my system or you have another system that you've been using. If it's working, don't fix it. Don't fix what ain't broken, right? But if you find that you are having a hard time tracking how I came up with mine again after watching a few videos is I started thinking about what type of system do I already have that is working for me? And how can I take the ideas from that system and rework it and turning it into another system that I want to work for me? Okay, so one of the systems that I have that have has worked for me for about 4 years was my the way I tracked my mail outs. And I'm like, wait a second, I've been using that system consistently for 4 years. It works really well. How can I take that idea and rework it to this new idea? And I'm going to share with you what I came up with. So if you are, excuse me, I was drinking a smoothie right before this, and so I've got like kind of phlegmy. Anyway, so my biggest tip is if you have some sort of a system that is working, how can you take that system and turn it into or revamp it or rework it into a system that will work in other parts of your business. So that is my biggest tip. That is what I did when I came up with the system. So I'm going to share it with you. And it is a Google Sheet. Okay. First of all, the one thing that you will see is just by looking at this is that I am a visual person. So I like the colors. The colors make certain things stand out. And I'm going to tell you exactly what is standing out to me why I chose the colors that I did, and what all the colors mean, because they do mean stuff in my brain. Okay. So I do use Google Sheets. Okay, I'm not sure if I said that, but I'm going to re-say it if I didn't say that before. I do use Google Sheets as opposed to an Excel spreadsheet, because with Google Sheets, it translates over multiple devices. So I can look at this sheet on my phone. I can look at it on my iPad, on my computer. I love that feature of Google Sheets, because you can look at, look through look at it through multiple platforms. So that's number one. Number two, you will see that I don't have the names or anything. Well, that's because they're hidden. um, that is like this little arrow in the upper left hand corner of the sheet will say that there's stuff under here that are hidden. And I did that because like they're my customers, and so I'm trying to protect their information. All right. So I do track their name and their phone number and their address. If you want to put that in there, you can do that. For me, these are the things that I track consistently. So that is what I'm going to show you. Now, like I said, I did just start this at the end of June. So that's where you're seeing the dates. Starting when I started the system. And so far, it's been working for me really well for the last month and a half. And that is the longest that a system has worked for me since 2020. So I'm like, yay, I've got to share this. All right. So the first column is the order type. Now, I track the order type because the order type depends on, it dictates how I follow up with them. Okay, so if it's a PWS order, I will make sure that I try to follow up with them with an online thank you. Or I will, follow up with them when I'm like checking in with them shipping, making sure I'm thanking them for their order in that way. If it's an individual order, usually with an individual order, I have probably either paid for shipping, or I just follow up with them in a different way. Or I do have, you'll see I have a pull down menu. PWS order, a party order, an individual order, club order, or if I have stock on hand. So I track this again because it dictates how I follow up with them, but also it helps me know, like if it's a club order, I'm not going to check in and say, hey, I want to make sure you love your goodies, because I already know they love them because it's their club order, right? So I just want to check in with them, making sure that they received everything okay, that, especially right now because it's been so hot, that nothing was melted. Making sure that they understand the referral process and all the things that come with club. But I wouldn't necessarily do that with a PWS order, right? I would make sure, like with a PWS order, I would check in and I would make sure that they are loving everything that they ordered. Maybe it's a warmer or washer or whatever, making sure that they love what they ordered. Okay, and then I have the order date right here. So this right here is just so I know where I am at in my follow-up system. All right, now I have also the payment type. So for me, the payment type is important because of the new tax laws, how they've changed. Like if you have in any apps, Venmo, PayPal, Square, whatever, over $600, you're going to get a 1099. So I want to make sure that I'm tracking how people are paying me. Okay. If it says online, that means that they place their order themselves online. But again, it's a pull down menu. I did the pull down menu because I was tired of typing everything in. I was like, you know what? One and done. I just typed it in once and then I scroll, and it just makes my life so much easier, right? So these are all of the forms of payment that I take. If there's something else that you take, I guess, I should probably add cash, because I do take cash too. But it just helps me visually know how people are paying. All right. Then in this next column, if I thanked them online. Now, you can see I have not been as consistent with thanking them online right away. That is something I'm working on. You can see down here, I I have been working on it, but I wasn't as consistent right away. And then this one right here is if I, sent a handwritten thank you card. And you can see I am a bit behind on my thank you cards. So this next column is if their order has shipped. So what I do is every single day, I go into my email and I check my email to see any orders that have shipped. I check my workstation to see if there's any party orders that have shipped or individual orders or orders that I won't get a shipping notification on if they ship. And then I come in here and I mark shipped. Now, I chose green because you will see as you scroll down, these orders down here, green, it stands out whether or not they're checked, if they're checked or not. Okay. So I really like having this color here so that visually I can see what's going on. Okay. Now, the next column I have is my delivery method. Okay. Now, I have, again, a pull down menu. I have an online, a direct ship, or hand deliver. Now, this is how it works for me in my brain. So if this doesn't work for you in your brain, change it to whatever does work for you, right? So delivery method, if they ordered online, then that is, they paid shipping, it's going on, it's going to them. Direct ship to me in my brain means I paid for shipping. Okay, whether it's I had stock that I mailed them or it was an individual order and they're a really good customer, so I paid direct shipping or whatever it was. Maybe I was having a personal special of free shipping on all orders that month, whatever it is. If I paid shipping, that's where I write direct ship. Okay, and then if I hand delivered it, that's what the hand del means I hand delivered it. All right, now this column right here, this is the game changing column for me. This was the hardest thing, the hardest column for me to, this is what I was struggling with tracking the most. Okay. And that is whether or not an order was delivered. Okay. I was like, you can go in and I had like so many emails saying ship, 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 ship. And then I would have to go in individually to see if they were delivered. Then I would have to go in to my email and find their email address and do all the things. And I was just getting so far behind on whether or not stuff was being delivered. This right here is the game changing column. Let me show you how or why. Okay, so in this column right here, I actually have what is called a Chrome extension. Okay, you can also get this extension on Excel. To me, again, one of the reasons why I use Google Sheets is because I tried an Excel spreadsheet. I tried this extension on Excel and it just wasn't work. It just did not work the same. So it works super easy in Google Sheets. So what you would do is you have this extension, you come right over here to where it says extensions. And the extension that I use is Package Tracker. Okay. So you would just scroll down, you would click on the person's order, like the empty square, whatever, and you would highlight it. Then you would go to the extension, scroll down to Package Tracker over to Track Packages. And then you'll see at the bottom of the screen, it said working. And then boop, over here, on the right-hand side of the screen, it says Package Tracker. Okay. Now what you would do is you would go to the email, you would copy the tracking number, and then you would paste it right into here where it says tracking number. And then you would click submit and voila, lo and behold, your tracking information, it will highlight here. Let me show you. I'm going to scroll down here. I don't know. Okay. I was like, I don't know if it's been delivered yet, but what you will see is like over here in the I don't know what this box is called, but in this information box, it's going to show the package, the tracking number. But here under my tracking info, you guys, this is such a game changer. This actually updates for you. When you use this package tracker and you submit, after you click submit and you enter that information in, this automatically updates. Game changer. I no longer have to go into my email, click on that, go into my workstation, click on the tracking and do all those things. I come to one place and it tracks it for me right here. Like right here, I did not write delivered. It did it for me. Okay. When her order is delivered, it will change from out for delivery today to delivered. And this column right here, the date delivered, that does it for me as well. I don't have to do anything. It's such like it was totally a game changer because I'm not having to check all these different places. I have it right here. Super easy. Okay. So what the colors mean to me is this periwinkle blue color. These are all of the people you will see in this column that this actually coincides the blue. If you look over here to the purple column, you will see all these check marks. And that is, I've checked in with them. I followed up with them for their shipping to make sure that they got their order, that they loved everything in their order, that it arrived safely. And so it is REC for me, that is recorded shipping follow-up. Okay. I know it's whatever you want to name this. I shortened it so that I knew what it meant. But that's what that's what I do. So after I see that it's delivered, like, so you scroll down here, after I see that it's delivered, I will go in, I will check in with somebody. I will check this box right here, showing that I checked in with them. And then I will change this box right here to blue. Voila! I know that I followed up with them. Okay. It stands out to me. All right. Now I highlighted it yellow because that also stands out to me when I'm looking at this. If everything was blue, like I tried it all the same color, and like all of these were kind of starting to look the same. So I highlighted them yellow so that, when it wasn't delivered, it would stand out to me. Okay. So I'm holding myself accountable in two places. I'm seeing it yellow. And then once I do and I change it blue, then I'm like, boop, then I do the check mark. So it's kind of like a little pat on my back. Yay, good for you on being accountable and reaching out to your customers. Okay. So, but it has been such a huge game changer for me that like it's actually made it kind of fun for me. And you can see here too, down here, that like I have a party order that I entered in this week. It hasn't shipped, so none of the boxes are checked. And it hasn't, since it hasn't shipped, I have no tracking information. So all of those are blank, but they stand out, right? So I can see, just like I said, I'm visual. So just by one visual, I can see that it hasn't happened yet. So I love that about that package tracker. Now there is other information that it's tracking up here. So you can see, like, and just at the beginning, you can see these arrows right here. But for me, that information that it was adding was I just wanted to see if it was delivered. I just wanted to see the date, and everything else was kind of getting in the way of those two things. So I hid those columns, but they're still there just in case, like, I can click on them and it will come up. The shipping method and all that, it will come up if I wanted, if I want to see that. But if I don't want to see it, then I can just go to hide column and it will hide it. And those are the important things for me. All right. So now this is where I am tracking the follow-up side. Okay. So you will see again colors because it's a visual thing. All right. So you will see July. It has these three right here have a green one and these have red ones. And then you will see the whole rest of this column for July says ordered. And then I haven't quite, I need to write ordered into this column because like that is, all of these are ordered. But once you do it once, just kidding. I missed an O. Once you do it once, it's super easy just to go right down and just do it all like this. Okay. So it's super easy just to keep track of, and I don't have to think about it, right? It's just super easy. Okay. Now this is the part of the system that I copied from my mailing system. Okay. So this visually works for me. All right. So July. This was 1 month. These three people right here, this was 1 month after they ordered in June. I followed up with them in July. So the beginning of July, I wrote a 1, and these three right here were red at the time. Okay, this one also had a red one, but she reordered in July. So I wrote reordered in July and then did the red one in August to make sure that I followed up with her in August with the 1 month of that. All right. So we have these three green ones. They were highlighted red, as I had said before. As soon as I followed up with them, I changed them green. Again, visually, I know that I followed up with them. So I know where I'm at in my follow-up system. And then after I followed up with them in July, my system, the next time I would follow up with them is September. So I do a 1-1-3 follow-up system, 1 week, which is the purple box, 1 month, which in this case is the green box, and 3 months, which is going to be the September where I have the 3. Now, if they reorder in August, then I would reorder here and then a 1 in September. But their reorder would be down here in another part of my system. All right. So what happens here is at the beginning of August, anybody that ordered in July, I put a 1 and highlighted it red, showing that I needed to follow up with them this month. Okay. Now, you can, one of the things that another thing, I keep saying one of the things, but another thing that I love about Google Sheets is you can sort by date. So I can sort all of these by date. You know, you can go up here to this box right here. You can sort it by date. You can sort it by, if you wanted to do it by the first column because it's the name, whatever you wanted to sort it by, you could sort it. But I could sort it by the name or the date rather, this column K instead. And that would help, like, boop, it would combine, it would like sort everything. Look, it would sort everything so I could see exactly who I needed to follow up with today, August 10th. You'll see that I should be following up with this person right here because it's been there 1 month, checking in with them. All right. So I love Google Sheets for that. All right. So that is what I've been doing. It has worked for me. Anytime that somebody reorders, I click reorder. And then I do put a 1 here, but if I look and what I might should do, and this is me thinking out loud, is maybe highlighting this whole thing in another color so that I know that I'm looking for another order down here. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet, but whatever works for you, do it. All right. I'm going to stop my screen share here. All right. So the bottom line is find something that, look at your systems, look at anything in your business, anything at all that is working for you, and try to translate that to another part of your business that maybe isn't working as well for you. Okay. So again, for me, one of the things that I was super consistent on was my mail out and how I was tracking that. But I was trying to find something that was working for the follow-up system. So I kind of combined the two and it's worked out amazingly. All right. So I hope you guys find this information useful. If you would like a copy of my Google Sheet, I will absolutely be more than happy to share that with you. You just have to let me know and I will shoot that over to you. And then you can rework it and tweak it however you want. For me, like this is all my brain, right? This is how my brain works. I can organize it how my brain works. So if your brain works similar to mine, then, maybe this one will work for you if you're looking for something. If not, maybe there's something that you have in your follow-up system that I left out that you want to add. That's what the beautiful thing about Google Sheets is, you can add whatever you want, right? All right, you guys, I hope that you have a fabulous day and I will talk to you soon. Bye.